It's one of the creepiest, most unsettling experiences. After everything they've done to you, the lies, the manipulation, the devaluation, the discard, suddenly they're back. They start calling, texting, showing up at places where they think you'll be, your job, your home, like they've timed it perfectly, as though they're watching, waiting. It feels eerie, almost supernatural, like they're under some kind of spell, or worse, like a predator stalking its prey. You're left thinking, why, after all that, why now? Why come back? In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. Why the narcissist tries to get you back, what's really going on in their minds, and what unmet needs or unresolved trauma are driving them, the different tactics they use to reel you back in, from fake apologies to love bombing and manipulation, and most importantly, why you don't want them back. Why going back only reopens the wounds, and how choosing yourself is the most powerful move you can make. Let's get into it. Let's talk about why they want you back. Because it doesn't make sense on the surface, does it? They used you up. They drained your energy. You gave everything, your love, your time, your attention, but it was never enough. No amount of praise or worship could satisfy them. You could have treated them like royalty, but the moment their false self felt threatened, the moment your love didn't fill that gaping hole inside them, they flipped. They got bored, irritable, and cold, and eventually, they turned against you. They devalued you, they discarded you, or maybe you had enough and walked away. But now, here they are again, trying to come back. Why? Because the narcissist always thinks the grass is greener. They chased a new supply, did the same thing to them, and now the grass looks greener with you. They want another taste of your energy, not because they've changed, not because they love you, but because they need supply, and they're empty inside. See, the narcissist was never truly fulfilled by you, and they won't be by anyone else. But this all goes way deeper. This goes back to their childhood. Most narcissists were either abused, neglected, or emotionally abandoned. They didn't get their emotional needs met, so they learned to survive by creating a false self, a mask to gain approval, attention, and control. From the very beginning, they didn't see you as a partner. They saw you as a parent. They were trying to get from you what they never got growing up. At first, they performed for your approval. They mirrored. They tried to impress you. They played the perfect role. But when that didn't fill them up, when it didn't heal that inner child, they turned to negative behaviours for attention. They acted out. They lied. They cheated. They made scenes and stirred drama. Sometimes they even bounced between you and a new supply, just like they bounced between their parents growing up. Or maybe their parents compared them to a sibling constantly. Whatever it was, that's where they learned to manipulate, to triangulate, to play games. And now they're playing them with you. Because this isn't just a relationship issue, it's a lifelong pattern. It was done to them, and they never healed. So now, they repeat it with you. So why do they play these games? Why lie, cheat, manipulate, or ghost you, only to come back later and pretend to care? It all comes down to control, attention, and validation. They need to feel superior. They need to feel like they're the one in power. Because deep down, before they act out, they're feeling the exact opposite. They feel invalidated, irrelevant, unimportant, inferior. So what do? They try to tip the scales in their favour. They play games to level the playing field, to knock you down and lift themselves up, because they can't feel good on their own. They have no inner sense of peace, no real self-worth. They only feel good when they're making you feel bad. They feed off your reactions. It gives them that temporary high, like a hit of a drug. And that's why they come back, not out of love, not because they miss you, but because they miss the power. They miss the attention. They miss how you made them feel important, even if they never made you feel the same. After the discard or after you left them, they spiral. They're not happy. They're not fulfilled. That same emptiness is still there. And now they're haunted by something worse. The idea that you're doing better without them, that you're happy, that you've moved on, that you've healed. And it drives them crazy. They come back to prove you're not really happy, that you're still hurting, still stuck. But that's just a projection of how they already feel. They feel empty, broken and lost. So they try to bring you back into their chaos, to validate their illusion that no one really escapes them. Their desire to get you back isn't love, it's desperation. It's a reaction to their own lack of purpose, their own dissatisfaction. They need someone, anyone, to distract them from themselves. And they'll use any method they can. Love bombing, fake apologies, playing the victim, making you feel guilty, pretend that they've changed, even trying to make you jealous with someone new. It's not genuine, it's not growth, it's just strategy. A tactic to get supply because they're running on empty, and that's why they want you back. Not because you're the one, but because you're the one they think they can control. So what happens when you don't want them back? When you finally see through their games, their manipulation, and you say no? It shatters them. Not because they love you, not because they truly miss you, but because you were supposed to stay broken. You were supposed to be stuck in the pain they caused. And now you're rising, healing, moving on. That threatens their entire false reality. They thought they had you wrapped around their finger. They thought they could come and go as they pleased. Because in their mind, you are always going to be there. Still hurt, still waiting, still hoping. But now, you're indifferent. You're done. And narcissists can't handle indifference, because to them it means you're in control, and that terrifies them. When you don't want them back, it hits the wound they've been running from their whole life. Rejection. It confirms their worst fear, that they're not good enough, that someone saw who they really are and walked away. They may lash out, smearing your name, turning others against you, claiming you were the problem all along, or they may switch tactics, trying to guilt you, pretend that they've changed, playing the victim one more time. They'll do whatever it takes to get a reaction, because your silence is unbearable to them. It reminds them that you've taken your power back, and that they no longer matter in your life. But deep down they know what's really going on. They know you're healing. They know you're happier without them, and that truth eats away at them. Because if you don't want them back, it means they've lost control. It means their illusion has collapsed. And they're left alone with the one person they can't escape, themselves. And that's the one person they've been running from all along. Let's be honest here. You don't want them back. And not because you're bitter, not because you're holding a grudge, but because you finally see them clearly for who they are. You gave them chance after chance. You overlooked the lies. You forgave the betrayals. You tolerated the arrogance, the rudeness, the gaslighting. You kept giving, hoping they would change. But they never did. Because they're not just toxic, they're destructive. They manipulate you. They groom you to doubt yourself. They sabotage your progress. They isolate you from friends, family, and even your own mind, until you're left feeling like you have nowhere else to go, no one else to turn to, and not even your own company feels safe anymore. That's how deep their insecurity runs. They know they're no good. They know that if you had the freedom and clarity to choose, you'd never choose them. That's why they work so hard to trap you, to convince you that they're your only option. But the moment you wake up and walk away, you realize the truth. They were never worth holding on to. You don't want them back, because you finally want yourself back. If this video helped you understand your situation more clearly, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your story below. I read every comment. If you need more support or guidance, I offer one-on-one coaching. And if you'd like to support the channel, donations are always appreciated. Links are in the description. Take your power back. And never settle for less than you deserve. I'll see you in the next video.